You are listening to
the Outcast Frequency.
An hour of music, myth, and mayhem for the misfits. Hosted by yours truly,
the Master of Mischief.
Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Outcast Frequency. We have a very special show for you this week as we're featuring an interview with a band called Pyrefly. P-Y-R-E Fly. Pyrefly. All the way from Sydney in Australia. So the interview is going to be in two parts. We'll hear one part, then later on in the show you'll get part two. And of course, plenty of music from the band. To start off though, we're going to open up with some music from Sharpie. Yes, like the pen. Sharpie is actually a solo project, and it's called that because the guy behind the music is a dude named Ollie Sharp. He's a British chap like myself, and he's based out of Southampton. He's also the lead singer of an emo band called Where's David, but for now we're going to be focusing on his solo project. So under the name of Sharpie, so far he's released an EP back in 2024, and now he's returning with a brand new single. This single, though, it's not even actually out yet. It comes out on the 17th of April, so this is a bit of an exclusive play, really. You can't find it on any streaming platforms yet, but you can pre-save it, and you can check out his first stuff off the first EP. But this new track is called Cheer Up, and Ollie described it as a big and bombastic pop-punk tune, and the start of a new era, which is pointed more in that direction and moving away from the more indie pop feel of the last record, the debut. It's a tale of love and how codependency can make things turn sour when someone's happiness depends on yours. And although that's a sort of a depressing topic in a way, it's actually a really bouncy, happy, feel-good type song. And it's honestly the perfect way to open up the show and get us all in the mood. So here we have it. This is Sharpie with Cheer Up.
Talking hours until 2. I have made a fool of you. It's not what I intended to do, but you knew that anyway. Is it always cloudy in your head? Is that why you'd rather stay in bed? I didn't mean those words I said, but you knew that anyway. So hey, look at the bright side. It's not the end of the world. It's alright to think of the downside. Keep me up, head on, cheer up, cheer up, cheer up, You know that I need you. Cheer up, cheer up, cheer up, You know that I need you. It's 3 a.m. I should go home, but I don't want to leave you alone. I can stay for another hour or so, 'cause I haunt you, baby. And I know I've made a few mistakes, and you might be my next one to make. I just wanna make sure that you're safe, 'cause I haunt you, baby. So hey, look at the bright side. It's not the end of the world. It's alright to think of the downside. Keep me up, head on, and cheer up, cheer up, cheer up, You know that I need you. Cheer up, cheer up, cheer up, You know that I need you. Hey, yeah, look at the bright side. It's not the end of the world. It's alright to think of the downside. Keep me up, head on, cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. Know that I need you, cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. Know that I need you, cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. Know that I need you, cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. Know that I need you.
That was Cheer Up by Sharpie. I would tell you where to stream it, but it's not out yet. It will be out, however, on 17th of April, and it'll be on all your usual streaming platforms wherever you normally stream your music, and it's available for pre-save right now. You can also go and follow Sharpie on Instagram, where you can find him under Sharpie Is Here. That's Sharpie, Sharpie, like the pen, and is spelt with a Z, so IZ. Sharpie is here. So go give him a follow on Instagram, and thank you, my friend, for being on the show. And now it's time for
Lore Lockdown.
So this week's Lore Lockdown is actually going to be part one of our interview with the band Firefly from Australia, because we're going to be taking a bit of a dive into how they started the band and some of the struggles and the hardships that they've been through to get to where they are now, as well as their plans for the future. So there's a bit of background history here to the band, and it's quite interesting, but also quite tragic. But I'm not going to speak for the band. I'm going to let them speak for themselves. So let's dig into this interview and check it out.
Yeah, it's not been an easy road to get to where we are. That much is for sure. Firefly was originally started by our founding drummer Katrina and myself. Us and Andrew, the lead guitarist and songwriter, we were all working at a place called School of Rock, teaching kids how to play guitar and drums and shit. It was great, but I think we decided that we wanted to walk the walk again and not just teach kids how to do it. So we ended up poaching Andrew from another band right before he finished joining them. And then we played shows that just sucked. We were terrible. And we'd play for like 3 or 4 people. We'd butcher our own songs. It was just, we got out there and we did it, and we sucked, and then we stopped sucking.
You just gotta, walk the walk, actually, do and then learn as you go. And
we were together for about 2 years before Katrina passed away in a car accident, though. And that put a grinding halt on everything. Andrew and I, we didn't want to touch our instruments, and we couldn't fathom it. It was just, it hurt too much.
Yeah.
But our current drummer, Alanis, she learned a bit of drums from Katrina at School of Rock. So Alanis kicked our butts and reminded us that Katrina would never forgive us if we didn't continue. So we did. We picked up our guitars and we dusted ourselves off, and we gave it another go.
It was like walking on a sprained ankle for a while. I mean, we didn't want to do it, but we felt we had to and wanted to.
Yeah.
But eventually we went through a few bass players before we landed on our guy Trent, and he just breathes a whole new life into the band. We'd known him from the circles around where we live.
And then it was after that we hit the ground running again. We found love and passion for it. We've carried some of Katrina's songs with us, like Lost. And we've done some amazing things since then. Like we've supported Avatar, which is my favourite band. We played the Good Things Festival, which is
Big pop punk metal festival. Bit
Yeah.
of a bag.
we're on the same lineup as Korn, though, man. Like I'm looking at our name on a poster with Korn on the same poster, going, "What the hell? How?"
That's crazy.
I know, right? We didn't actually get to meet Korn, but our bass player nearly got run over by them.
Close enough.
Yeah. I reckon he should have taken the bullet.
Yeah.
Just like take that extra step.
Yeah, there'll be a story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it. There was some incredible bands on that lineup, like Kerry King performing his own tracks and Slayer stuff.
Yeah. I got to see Mastodon side stage. It was the last time Brent Hines was out here. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we really have. Like I'm living the life that 15-year-old me would be going nuts for.
Yeah, and we did all that before the first album came out.
Yeah. Yeah, we originally released a 4-track EP on Spotify. That was during all the lockdowns, so we didn't, there was nothing to do, there were no shows, so we thought, we'll just record it ourselves.
Just learn how to record. It's a bit rough that we had music out there.
Yeah, it's a
But,
COVID baby.
But all those songs we've re-recorded for the album Lost and Found to give them the justice they deserved.
Yeah, and Lost and Found is a big collection of all the songs from where we came from, stuff that we were doing, that we're doing presently, and things that indicate where we want to go. So we've got songs like Lost and Silver Tongue, which we originally did with Katrina.
Those were the first two we did.
Those were the very first two we did.
Yeah.
And then we've got songs like Blind and The Baron that kind of that was what we were playing while we were finding our feet. Now we've got Emotep and The Void, which is where we're going, like musically. And we've bookended it with Found, which is a song built off a lot of the ways that we used to jam and play around with Lost. Hey, The Void. I think that's one of the songs I'm most proud of writing. Like, most of the songs Andrew writes, and he's brilliant. But every now and then I'll slip one in and go, oh, and feel really good about myself.
Yeah, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah. The Void, musically, it's probably our heaviest track. It's got an intensity to it that we hadn't quite done in our music up until then. Lyrically, it focuses a lot on garbage mental health and whatnot. Like I've got chronic mental illnesses and all that out the wazoo, so I write about what I know. So it's very much a song about being at odds with yourself and just trying to get by. idea behind the music video is like music as a shield, you know? Like I remember when I was a kid, I'd be like, I didn't have the best upbringing, so I put in my headphones when things got bad, and you know, Cannibal Corpse would cradle me back to comfort. And I felt stronger while I was listening to that stuff. So we wrote the video clip with that in mind, where there's a girl in a situation that's unsavory, and the music is what's empowering her. It makes you feel absolutely unstoppable if you've got the right track. You know, when I was a kid, it was one of those things where, like, I always wanted to be a musician. Like, that's it. That's all I wanted to do with my life. And I hit my 20s and realised that wasn't possible. And then I hit my 30s and realised, no, wait, I can actually do this. Screw it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw so many great bands around in Sydney disappear during COVID because, well, they couldn't play, they couldn't turn a buck doing that, so, yeah.
There are some amazing bands that we've played with that we've seen come and go. And the one thing that separates bands that stand the test of time is fortitude. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it. We've been seen by massive crowds, we've been heard by the right people, and we're still plugging away. I think being in Australia doesn't help as well. Like, it's a niche market in the most sparsely populated country on the planet. We're looking forward to, you know, bringing the show over to the UK and then going through Europe and whatnot, because there's just so many places to play there.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Whereas, like, Australia, like, we've got a couple of interstate shows coming up this month or next month. We're heading up to Brisbane, and that's a 12.5-hour drive, and that's to get to the next major city.
Yeah, okay, you drive through Europe, how many countries do you pass through in 12.5 hours?
Yeah. At the moment, touring is looking harder and harder because of the whole diesel situation. Holy crap, like, our petrol has doubled in price, and we're looking at just even going to Queensland, and we're thinking, oh God, how are we going to survive this?
Yeah, it's a necessary investment for the future, but we're not going to turn a profit this time.
No, there's no profits this year.
Yeah.
It's love of the game. Yeah. That's what's keeping us going. You can be the king of the local scene, and the next step is, you know, festivals and international tours. I think it honestly does come down to persistence. Like, we're just not going to stop. We've already got the next album in the works, and if it's not the one that does it, then the one after that will be, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, constantly with the material. Getting run together, rehearsing it, recording it.
Yeah, and on top of that, don't be a dick, you know? Like,
oh yeah, be someone who people want to work with.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of really good bands nosedive because they've just got crap attitudes. There was a band that played a festival over here a couple of years back. They were a local band that got a really sick shot, and they went out and they did it. But before they went up, they filmed themselves talking smack about other bands that didn't get that shot. And I'm not going to say their name, but nobody wants to work with them here. Like, that was just...
this is the metal scene. This isn't hip hop where you get notoriety by talking shit. You know, people talk about you and they don't want to work with you if they know you're an asshole. Have a healthy amount of ego, I think. Like, know that you're good enough that people want to see you, but sort of like, keep it tempered to the point where you're not going to just be an asshole about it.
Corey Taylor said it really well. Like, it's a quote that I keep coming back to. He said, "When I'm on stage, I'm God. But as soon as I get off stage, I'm just another maggot." And I really liked that. Like, you have to have that mindset when you're on stage. Like, I'm here entertaining everyone. If I tell the audience to jump, they're going to jump. If I tell them to sit down, they're going to sit down. If I tell them to beat the crap out of each other with pool noodles, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you step foot off that stage, it's that round is over. It's smiles, it's gratitude, it's
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Yes, I'll sign that. Back to work on Monday.
yeah. I mean, I come from a background of loving professional wrestling, so whenever I get up on stage, that's the mindset that I try and do it with. It's a character.
Oh yeah. Sometimes if I need to hype myself up, I'm walking somewhere and I just like imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme, just just like hype myself up a little bit.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Well, we've actually written a theme for a local wrestler, so
Yeah.
Wrath of My Fury was written for a local wrestler called Freya Fury. She's now using it as a theme song.
That's cool.
Oh man, we love our wrestling.
Yeah.
I've started getting into booking wrestling and metal shows. So like it'll be a match, then a band, then a match, the band. And we've gotten these guys that do like hardcore deathmatch stuff, and it's just the most insane shit.
Just barbed wire, nails.
Oh, it's crazy. And the showmanship of it is just something to behold. One of the things that I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start cutting promos and stuff, like talking smack about other bands that we're on lineups with.
Silly enough that people know that we're just doing a bit, you're not being an ass.
And you've got to discuss it beforehand.
Yeah.
We're currently beefing with a band called Regular Gonzalez. They set an open challenge, so we responded with a very aggressive video. But you can send it to them first and be like, hey, is this... We're not crossing any lines or anything here.
Yeah, it's all agreed upon beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
We did it a couple of years back with our friends in a band called Thraxis. This show sold the hell out, something fierce. We spent months just building up this beef, like talking smack about them online, making up stories, just doing the most, because we were playing the bad guys. So we were just being absolute assholes.
There was that picture of you and Bull like fighting that got around as well.
Yeah, we in the lead up to the big show that we sold out, myself and the singer of Thraxis, we got together and we tried to take a photo that looked like we were in the middle of actually fighting. So we got someone to stand between us, and we discovered if we were moving when the photo was taken, it was a bit too blurry, but so we had to stand there vibrating, so it had just that little bit of movement. And the next morning, his mum wakes him up, and she's like, "Did you get into a fight with those Firefly boys?" Yeah, we made shirts with the poster on the back, and the poster was this big wrestling style poster with like all of our faces and stuff, kind of like. Yeah, so we put that on the back, and Team Thraxis and Team Firefly, and for people who wanted to go in the middle, it said Team Pyraxis or something stupid like that.
That did so well.
Thank you to Firefly. We're going to be hearing some more from them later on in the show, the second part of the interview. For now, let's crack on with some different music, with Sorrow Stories. Sorrow Stories is a project led by a songwriter and singer named Tina Forlorn from the UK. She does essentially everything for the project, from composing music, lyrics and vocals, to doing the artwork, mixing, mastering. The genres cover dark electronic, alt acoustic and soundtrack. And Sorrow Stories have actually provided music for quite a few independent films. Most recently a vampire movie named Swap, which was released with Epic Pictures, home of Terrifier, as well as the soundtrack to the Jean-Luc Godard award-winning experimental short film Tamesis Trilogy 1 for director Dennis De Silva. Tina's worked with various collaborators on her songs in the past, and has most recently started working with Christopher Hall on post-production and mixing. And he is the vocalist, songwriter and producer for American industrial rock band Stabbing Westwood. Now his band, they've had top 10 mainstream rock hits in the US when they were signed to Sony in the 1990s, and they're now releasing music with COP International. And Tina has worked with Christopher on the latest single, which we're about to hear. It's called Too Early, and it's out now on the Sorrow Stories Bandcamp. And it's also coming soon to your regular streaming platforms. But it's out now on the Bandcamp for you to check out. Too Early is the first single from the new EP, which is also out very soon. So let's check it out.
I watch my hands start from the beginning, like a bad film playing in reverse. I was an old lady acting as myself. As a young baby, no time to rehearse. I learned too early, all I have is me. I learned too early, too early. I saw the finish line long before I crossed it. Like losing is the only thing I'll ever win. Inside my mind, the grave I was driven to. Life's not a rehearsal, there's no reversal. I learned too early, all I have is me. I learned too early, this misery. I learned too early, all I have is me. I learned too early, this misery. This misery. I know I'll never know the love that others do. These hands that hold on will start to let go too. But it's too early, too early. It's too early, too late for me. But it's too early, too early. It's too early, too late for me. Too late for me. It's 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 too late for me.
That was Too Early by Sorrow Stories. As I said, they have a whole host of music up on their Bandcamp for you to go and check out. Dating right back to 2016, there's a ton of music up there. They're available on your standard streaming platforms too. You can follow them on Instagram, or at least follow Tina's account, which is up there. She goes by Tina Forlorn, Forlorn. So you can find her up on Instagram. Thanks for being on the show. It's time for
Chaos Corner.
Alright, we have something a little chaotic for you now, for Chaos Corner. So this next band crosses genres, it bends rules, and they're a little bit weird. They're a bit of a wild card, and not necessarily what you might expect, but keep an open mind. They're called Gummy, they're based out of New York, and if you're trying to find them on streaming platforms such as Spotify, it's Gummy with a question mark after it. So, Gummy? They describe themselves as a dash punk project that pulls you through limbo. They're a 3-piece band, and they actually created a little world and characters around the music. So each of the band members has its own character. There's Gummy on bass and lead vocals, Liminal Man on drums, and Mammon, sounds French, Mammon on guitar. So prior to this show, the band emailed us and they told us a little more. So this is what they had to say. So basically, we created a whole different world in which our band, Gummy, lives. The entire world only includes 3 beings, who are Liminal Man, Gummy, and Mammon. Gummy is a mischievous young girl. Liminal Man is a slightly scary guy who's trapped in the world. And then Mammon is like a demon or god who's trying to look out for Gummy. Our songs tend to go along with little storylines that we create within the world. In Zipper, which is the song that we're about to play, by the way, Gummy lights a caterpillar on fire and tries to give it to Mammon as a gift. But he rejects it, saying she shouldn't have done that. Upset, she runs into the woods and finds Liminal Man, who convinces her to help him make a fire to cheer her up. But really, he's trying to burn a hole into the world to create a portal so he can escape. But Mammon catches them in time and puts the fire out. Now, on the band's Spotify description, you know when you can have like a little bio on your Spotify, they've included a little script which further explains and adds to the storyline of this song. So you can go check that out. They also have their debut 6-track EP out now, which is called Eternity Under Me is Static. And that's out now for you to check out. And now we're going to hear one of the songs off that EP. It's called Zipper.
I
thanks to Gummy and their song Zipper. If you like that, check them out on Spotify and also give them a follow on this Instagram, where you can find them at Gummy __ NYC. So that is 2 underscores. Gummy __ NYC. The next band I want to tell you about are called Gloom Cookie, which straight up I just think is a great name. Gloom Cookie. They're from Glasgow, and they describe themselves as a punk band mixing bubblegum pop hooks, riot girl attitude, and gloomy lyricism. They're influenced by the likes of Susie and the Banshees, Destroy Boys, and Alkaline Trio, and their sound swings between sweet melodies, heavy riffs, and full volume screaming. Now, frontwoman Sophie and bass player Liam, they've been writing together since they were teenagers, after Sophie's dad first put a guitar in Liam's hands one summer afternoon. What started as a casual cover session quickly turned into songwriting that tackles feminine rage, self-image, and the experience of growing up as neurodivergent. Their debut EP, Anti-Boy Shorts, came out in 2025, and it landed them on the Fresh Pop Punk playlist, which then established their place in the UK DIY punk scene. And with a new EP planned for 2026, Gloom Cookie are continuing to build their following through loud, chaotic live shows and unapologetically honest songs. So let's hear it then. This is Dead Weight by Gloom Cookie, and it's one of the tracks off their debut 4-track EP, which came out last year.
Woke up this morning with a taste of shit. I wash my mouth out, but I can't get rid. A bit of system heavy therapy. Try to forget that there's a you and me. Another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. Another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. Stepping in the shower, bubbles down the drain. The water doesn't wash away the rage, and I don't know what it's gonna take. Many days I could wash you away. Another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. You are what you say, you are what you do. Another excuse, another excuse, another excuse, another excuse. Excuse me while I excuse you. Stepping in the shower, bubbles down the drain. The water doesn't wash away the rage, and I don't know what it's gonna take. Many days I could wash you away. I love you, but you don't change. It's time you stop and think. 'Cause if you try to be dead weight, I'll cut you loose and watch you sink, 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 dead weight. Another excuse, 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 another Headed to bed with a taste of shit. I brush my teeth, but I can't get rid. Falling hard, I can't fall asleep. I guess that love is not enough for me. My car is singing me a lullaby. It tells me shut your eyes and we will be alright. At night, you got your pillow pushed against my face to suffocate the ghost of you and me. Another excuse, another excuse, another excuse.
That was Dead Weight by Gloom Cookie. These guys have a second EP coming later in the year, so keep your eyes and ears open for that. And please do give them a follow on Instagram, where you can find them under Gloom _cookie _music. Gloom _cookie _music. And their EP, Anti-Boy Shorts, you can check that out on all of your major streaming platforms. So thank you to Gloom Cookie. We're now going to wrap things up by digging into the second part of our interview with Sydney-based band Firefly. So in this part, we're going to be chatting about some of their promotion techniques online, how they connect with their fans and other bands, and their plans for, world domination or otherwise. So let's give it a listen.
Absolutely. I mean, on and off stage, the key is entertainment. That's what we do. You go up and start entertaining. You record an album, you entertain. If you want people to look at your promo, entertain. That's it.
I mean, it's not something that I thought about for quite some time, like how well it was working. It was just stuff that was fun to do. And I think because of how fun it is, it ropes people in.
You slave to the algorithm, really, so you don't know what's going to take off.
Yeah.
But,
oh, God, I hate the algorithm. Yeah. I'll spend like 3 hours crafting the greatest video I've ever made, and it'll get like 20 likes. And then I will shard something together in a minute, and it'll get 300. It's just...
Yeah. The algorithm decides who sees what at the end of the day, so...
The almighty algorithm.
Yeah.
I think one of the beautiful things about the way things are online is if something falls flat, like if you spend ages crafting something and you overthink and this and the other and it falls flat, you just need to post something else the next day.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake, you just play the next note. If you have a bum show, you just play the next show. It's all just moments passing us by, and each one is a lesson. I used to overthink it a lot. I used to get really in my own head about how audiences were reacting to us and how many people were at a show, or how many shirts we sold, which shirt design is going to work better, the one with the slightly different font or the one with the slightly different colour, like stupid stuff like that. Now it's just, if I find it funny and entertaining, I'm pretty sure it'll do okay. Yeah. And if it doesn't, I've had fun anyway.
Yeah.
You've got to be sincere in what you do. Like, we're fun and goofy and stuff, but our music takes itself seriously.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's multiple sides to us. We could be a bunch of silly buggers like off the stage, but when it comes down to it, the music and the performance, we take it pretty seriously.
So people hear the words and they connect with them, because when I'm writing them, I mean them. If I'm not just, trying to create something that I think someone else will respond to. Because the second you do that, you're selling out, and that doesn't even work anymore. There's definitely things that we change and alter to kind of cater to different occasions and whatnot. Like
doing a Madonna cover.
Like doing a Madonna cover. We have a cover of Like a Prayer by Madonna, and I maintain it's one of the greatest things we've ever done. When we bring that one out, if we see a bunch of people who are a bit older in the audience, we'll go, yeah, okay. We'll bring out Madonna tonight. One of the biggest mistake we've ever made as a band is not playing Madonna when we played the festival. We didn't know how to go about getting everyone hyped, because the first band in a long, long day that finishes with bands that people care about far more than you. What we did was we got a bunch of pool noodles and we cut them in half and we just started throwing them out into the audience, because we figured, people, if they've got something to hit someone else in the head with, they're going to hit someone else with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it worked. We threw the pool noodles out, and for the whole set, people were just wailing on each other. We had a lively mosh pit at 1.
One in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon. During a storm. Had about 700 odd people in front of us fighting over 20 or 30 pool noodles. But yeah, oh God, we tried to brand the Bonk Stinks. bonk sticks once with like official Firefly bonk stick, and we couldn't get anything to stay because they're poor noodles. So
Yeah, like by the other night there, and they've rubbed off, and people just sweat on. So it was at one gig, we had one guy get hit in the head with it and had bonk written on his head for the rest of the night.
I couldn't breathe. Like I'm in the middle of delivering a very intense and personal line, and I look down and I see this big bald head with bonk just.
Yeah, so you had a bonk here.
I couldn't breathe. I stopped. I just dropped the mic and walked off.
It's time for
The Outcast Anthem.
And the reason you're hearing the Outcast Anthem jingle, folks, is because this week's Outcast Anthem has been given to the boys in Pyre Fire. So this next song that they're going to share with us is a real banger on every level, and it ticks all the boxes for being the Anthem of the Week. But we'll let them tell us all about it.
Yeah. Lost is the very first song that we wrote, and it's the one that kicks off Lost and Found. Andrew wrote the music for that, and I remember him bringing it to us, and we had 3 songs that we were going to work on, each vastly different from the other, but Lost was the one that really spoke to me, because it's got that, like, intensity and that brutality, and there's a rage behind it. But then you've got this beautiful chorus that just blossoms. Like,
You like a big chorus.
yeah, we love our big choruses. Lyrically, I kind of just made it up on the spot, and what I said stuck. Because I wasn't quite sure which I wanted the music or the lyrics to go. I didn't know if I wanted it to be personal or not, so I ended up making it about, like, some sort of, like, hell being coming up and destroying the planet. That's metal, right?
Everything about is fun. Everything about is bang. You know it's a county days. Everybody over to me. Let me hear your down and soul. The dance is on the thousand times. You want to get lost when I was thinking dry. Play with darker float of life. Let a cars take me out. He's riding rapidly. Feels visible around. The horror burning through your heart.
mean, there's never going to be the next, huge stadium metal band. I mean, that time has passed. I mean, the music industry just won't allow it. But we do this because we love it. You don't go on tour at like $500 loss because you're, trying to make something of yourself. We do it because we love what we do. We want to continue doing what we do.
I want to see more of the world.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of taking our music to Southeast Asia, Europe, Canada, we're not far away from it.
Yeah.
It's within reach. I want to drop another album, I want to book a flight, and I just want to do it.
Yeah. Go to New Zealand, go to Singapore, go to Japan, wherever.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, it's been a blast. It's been fun.
Yeah, it really has.
Well, that is all we've got time for this week. So thank you to Firefly for hanging out and conducting that awesome interview with us. If you want to keep in touch with those guys, support their music, follow all their stuff, please do give them a follow on Instagram, where you can find them under Firefly Official. So once again, that's spelled Pyrefly. Firefly Official on Instagram. And on their Instagram, they also have links to all their other socials and stuff on there. So please go check that out, and you can follow them everywhere and listen to their music. And thank you to all the other bands and artists who have been on the show. So that's Sharpie, Sorrow Stories, Gummy, and Gloom Cookie. And I will see you all on the next one. Don't forget to download that Sonic Scout Radio app so you can listen to all your favourite shows. You've been listening to the Master of Mischief on the Outcast frequency, broadcasting on Sonic Scout Radio worldwide. Thanks for listening, and see you all on the next show.